was on.
This is the Pal Talk News Network.
Is it on?
The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users. On demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you're encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. No retribution. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated to an additional 12 million households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. I welcome you to the show. I'm standing in front of the Gramercy Theater on 23rd Street in Midtown Manhattan. We're waiting for Vincent Pastore to join us, Big Pussy from The Sopranos. He's going to be doing a Big Pussy Rat Pack review here. But one of his entertainers, Paul Mercurio, who is a comedian, he's a writer for The Daily Show. He appears on The Daily Show, is here to open up the act for us.
Yeah, I'm the opening act for Vinny, just like I'm going to be the opening act
during the show. How did that happen? Because you didn't even know when you came here you were going to be on my show.
Vinny's inside. He's got hemorrhoids. He's dealing with that. He's going to be out in a minute. Plus, he's growing a goatee, and he wants to make sure it's all the way grown in, you know? He doesn't want to sort of do it halfway. But no, it's going to be a great show. It's April 12th. It's Monday night. This is Joe. Come on in, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
How you doing, Gary? How are you?
It's good to see you.
I see Vinny.
We can't find Vinny.
Can't find Vinny. He's lost.
I think he got whacked again. He got whacked again.
Well, you know, I had offered to do this show on my fishing boat off the New Jersey shore, and for some reason he got a little nervous about that.
Maybe you shouldn't have.
Anytime he needs to water,
he gets a little nervous.
Yeah.
Plus, you shouldn't have had a gun in your hand when you asked him that.
Yeah, maybe not.
But there's going to be some great music acts, right? Goodbye Johnny, is a great comedian, is going to be on the show as well. I'm going to be doing comedy on the show. We don't know if Big Pussy's going to show up. Vinny might not even show up for his own show.
Listen, I've been working with this guy for 5 years. All right.
Okay, here's the real story. You see this? He's now working. Get a shot of this. He's working at the Dunkin' Donuts to make extra money. He's making donuts, people. That's where he is. Don't tell anybody.
Well, if he's at the Dunkin' Donuts, knowing Vinny, he's eating as much as he is producing.
He's gonna come out with all sorts of frosting on his face. Don't say anything. Don't ask any questions about it.
Yeah, when you see the frosting, you'll think that it's the gray growing in on his beard, but it is not.
8 to 5, he works at Dunkin' Donuts, takes a break, and from 6 to midnight, he works at Subway down the street. He's a fast food maven, is what he is.
Yeah.
That's why they call him the top dog.
That's why they call him that.
And you know the funny part of this? That he doesn't play with a full deck. He doesn't even have a top floor.
No, let him see it.
Well, you know, it's interesting when Paul, when Joe mentioned that to me before we were going on the air here, I said, well, that's what I like about Vinny Pastore, because he's a little bit, a character.
Yeah,
and that's what makes him so delightful.
He's like ADD with crack sprinkled on top. That's Vinny, right? It's just that I'm killing right here.
He's inhibited.
He's inhibited. Yeah, that means he hit his head when he was a kid, and he's never been right since.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a great show on April 12th, so we hope a lot of people come out.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of, from what I'm led to believe, Santa Monte is going to show up.
Armando Sante, yeah.
Armando Sante and Denny Aiello and Cha-Cha, a few of the guys from the radio show.
Cha-Cha will probably fall asleep during the middle of it. He usually falls asleep like at the drop.
You got to keep the drinks away from him.
It's interesting because with him, you never know who's going to attach themselves to a show that he is involved in.
Right.
I understand the other day he was down the Jersey Shore, and he was, I think it was some kind of a benefit, and who walked up on stage unannounced but Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's good friends with Bruce, and we worked at one time with the Sideman, you know who I'm talking about? The guy that was with Sopranos.
Stevie Van Zandt.
Little Stevie.
Little Stevie. He was our boss when we were on the Wise Guy show. And got to know a lot of good people. Real serious good people, too.
I went on their show, the Wise Guy Show, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I love it because it's just like hanging out. I'm Italian. I'm from Rhode Island. I grew up in a real Italian family. My cousin runs numbers in Rhode Island, and he sells car alarms that he stole out of other people's cars. And just to give you an idea of what kind of guy he is, when my father passed away, this is how he came dressed to my father's funeral, an open casket funeral. Fluorescent orange silk shirt, unbuttoned gold chains, white patent leather belt, white slacks. It's like a creamsicle with chest hair.
And he fit right in.
Right. Oh yeah, white mesh loafers, no socks. But it was the summer.
He really didn't want to get noticed.
Exactly. He's like this big orange dot in the middle of all this gray and blue. And he put powder on his feet, no socks. He had white mesh loafers on, but he put too much powder. So every time he'd step toward the casket, puffs of white smoke would come out of the tops of his shoes. It was like somebody nominated a pope. So when I go home to Rhode Island, you know, it's like that. And when on those shows, their show, it's like hanging out with all of my relatives, and you get halfway into a story, and then they interrupt you, and then, oh, Vinny's like, oh, there's a fly, you know, like it's like there's no, people are just talking over each other. It's fun.
I tell you, we had close to 5 years of great, matter of fact, the talent we've had on our show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've had Regis came on, what's his name, Frankie Valli was on 3 or 4 times, Sylvester Stallone's show. These are, you know, you're not talking about D-list, you're talking about A-list people that come onto our show.
You know, what's interesting about the show, and it's on Sirius XM satellite, what channel is that on, do you know?
It was on 104.
104. You know, there are some people who feel, of the Italian heritage, who feel that it is improper to be glorifying or you know, the wise guys, and this is exactly what you guys are doing and poking fun at it.
Let me tell you something. You know, this has been going on now since Sopranos, that all these Italian organizations, all right, they get all in the fluster about, it's all right, but you know, not for nothing, when they put out a call for casting, for the background or whatever, right, 95% of the people belong to one of the Italian Sons of Italy, or one of the Italian organizations.
Right, you're
Italian part.
Jewish.
Yeah.
You're not going to get cast as a bad guy in a mob film. Now,
Well, the accountant, I could be the accountant.
Well, you could, right? But that's the stereotype on your side. But you guys control the money. We control all the muscle, right?
Right.
But if you took your glasses off and look in the camera, you don't look. You look like you could pass for Italian. Oh, like a little Nebuchadnezzar Italian.
I don't know. Let's ask Vinny. Vinny Pastore. Hey.
How you doing?
Hey.
I was just inside trying to work things out with Live Nation.
I stopped by, geez, I want to see you so bad. I need some tickets for your show.
Well, go to the box office. Go to the box office.
I sold my ticket. I got no ticket.
How much money you got?
I got a lot of money. Don't worry about it.
Hold this.
I tell you what, give me 7
Want
tickets.
7? I only got 7 left for my family.
That's it. Oh, come
Are
on.
you my family?
I'm not like family. See it?
I count it. Somebody's got to count it.
Count them up.
Here, I'm the middleman. Hold that.
Come on.
20. This one doesn't look good. Hang on.
Well, I made that
20.
much something. Don't show that to everybody.
So we